Hey, you picked the right video, fool.
So I've been thinking, fellas, if there's something we still haven't figured out, it's what the hell happened to CJ's dad in GTA San Andreas? I mean, where the hell has Mr. Johnson been all this time, really? Did Mr. Johnson, follow
Damn train!
one fateful day never to be seen again? Or did the fool
Hit the wrong house!
to break into, to feed his family?
This is drug money. My money, man.
Or was he simply a
Buster, straight buster.
and just, walked out one day to get some milk and that was it? Who knows? I mean, seriously, all these years, all this mystery, and still no answer? No wonder some folks claim Officer Tenpenny might actually be CJ's dad, keeping it under wraps.
Get up, bitch!
Yeah, Officer Tenpenny.
Hey, this is drug.
And, well, I gotta say, I've heard some crazy things, but this one, as crazy as it sounds, it is a fascinating theory in its own right.
Passenger, show us your hands.
But, we'll get to that soon enough, don't worry.
Watch your head.
Now, CJ very explicitly mentions that he never knew his dad. Where? Well, right there in the intro.
Joe. Hey, what's up, man? It's CJ. Yeah, I hear you. I never knew my dad, but my brother used to make my life miserable.
And this is where most people would probably be like, stop. Case closed, deadbeat dad, what's there to talk about, right? Forget about it. But actually, I don't buy that. Because if you put CJ's words, I never knew my dad, in perspective, this is where things actually start to get really interesting.
Stupid Mexican. Oh, hey, sorry.
Again, it's important that we keep in mind CJ's words.
I never knew my dad.
Now, Carl C.J. Johnson
CJ?
is the second oldest Johnson kid. He's about, 24, pushing 25, in 1992, the year the game is set. His two other siblings sandwich him on either side. We have brother Sweet, around 26, 27, and CJ's younger sister Kendl Johnson.
Fuck you, Sweet.
Her age is never clearly stated, but she's around 22, 23. And then there's Brian, the youngest. He died in 1987 at just 10 years old. My source? Trust me, bro. But now, all jokes aside, I've got this gaming magazine to prove it. Here, take a look. And there it is, right there. That's a bingo. Because you see, if Brian was 10 years old at the time of his death in 1987, that means he was born in 1977, right? Yeah, in 1977, that's right. Which means CJ would have been around 9 years old when Brian was born. 9. Even assuming CJ's dad was a deadbeat, CJ was 9 years old when his younger brother was born, presumably the last time his dad could have been around or was around. So let me ask you something. How does a kid that age say, I never knew my dad?
I never knew my dad.
Because let's be frank, 9 years old is old enough to remember things. Faces, voices, arguments, and whatnot. Surely you're a papa walking out the door from you and your family. Because unless Beverly Johnson's, CJ's mom, had pulled off a miracle birth with 4 times in a row to give birth to 4 different children, CJ's dad, Mr. Johnson or whatever the fuck his name was, he would have to have been there long enough for 4 different children to happen, right? So CJ, being the second oldest kid, he would have remembered his dad. So either CJ's lying, or something very strange happened in that household.
Hey!
What's happening, homeboy?
I feel like we're definitely onto something here, fellas. Let's keep peeling back the layers of this fucker. CJ says, I never knew my dad. What does he mean? So, really, the way I see it, there's really only 2 ways to interpret CJ's words. So, first and foremost, he speaks metaphorically. I never knew my dad means, well, my dad was there, just never really fully there. You know, like, no birthday parties together, no real guidance, no high quality time together, you know, just popping in and out every once in a while to smash his mom and disappear again until next time. Not necessarily a deadbeat, you know, in the usual sense of the word, more like there but ghosting little Carl. I never knew my dad, you know. And 2, well, CJ means it. He means what he means, every word of it. What if Beverly Johnson had multiple different children with multiple different men? This way, CJ's dad doesn't necessarily have to be Brian's dad. To put it very simply, CJ's dad fell off while Carl was still too young to have any memories of the man. And Brian, well, he wouldn't be born until 9 years later to a different man altogether.
Did someone die in your mouth?
And here's something that's like, whoa, fuck you. Neither one of these theories lines up with one outstanding piece of evidence. You guessed it. Old Reece, the barber. You sit in his chair and he'll casually drop lines like, your dad used to get this haircut.
Your dad used to get a cut just like that.
Just think about it for a second and about what it means. If CJ's dad was indeed just your typical deadbeat dad, right? And he abandoned his family, then why would Old Reece mention him and bring him up so casual, like right in CJ's face? Because the way I see it, that's not how you talk about some random dude who passed through the hood, leaving behind a wife and a bunch of kids scraping by.
Just a bitch.
That's how you talk about someone who was around, someone people knew, someone who had a presence. And the way Reece says it, it sounds almost nostalgic.
Your dad used to get a cut just like that.
Like he remembers Mr. Johnson. And what it does is it instantly kills the whole theory of Beverly Johnson having had a casual one-night stand with some random dude, and CJ being Brian's only maternal half-brother? No, CJ's dad must have been there the whole time. So let's assume, just for argument's sake, right, that CJ's dad did not abandon his family. Let's say he died or perished or, I don't know, got locked up for life. I mean, hood life, after all, does that to a man. In that case, where's any mention of him within the Johnson's family? Because if you walk through the Johnson house, you will see pictures of Beverly Johnson, Beta Younger Sweet right next to Beta Younger Kendall, I would assume. Even CJ being casually discharged from the hospital, still wearing the same white tank top. We even have pics of cats on the wall, cats, but not a single trace of CJ's dad. Shit. Fine, let's say he did die a long time ago. Well, how come nobody ever says he's dead then? Think about how this game handles death. Brian? Talked about constantly. Beverly? Her death is literally what kicks off the entire story.
That's another funeral you ran away from, fool. Just like Brian's. Just like Brian's. From fool. Just like Brian's.
Just like Bryce.
But CJ's dad? No funeral, no memories, not even a crappy headstone with, "Here lies CJ's dad."
Tony's buried over there.
Fuck you, sweet.
Little devil over there.
Fuck you, sweet.
And big devil over there.
Fuck you, sweet.
Oh, shit.
Asshole.
Here we go again.
This shit's...
Alright, let's circle all the way back, and we really gotta flip the question and kind of think outside the box, right? CJ says, here's the deal, CJ says he never knew his dad, but then again, there is no hard, solid evidence to support the idea of his dad being either a deadbeat or dead meat, take your pick, right? So we really gotta flip this question if it's gonna make any sense whatsoever. So instead of asking, what happened to CJ's dad? Maybe the real question should be, why does nobody ever want to talk about him in the game? We've got a man who, 1, was clearly around long enough to be remembered by the community. 2, a kid who must have been old enough to remember him. 3, a house where every trace of him is gone. And 4, a family that never ever brings him up. That's not absence due to death. That is erasure. It might have been that somewhere along the line, something bad happened. Something bad enough that Beverly Johnson made a decision. You don't talk about him no more. You don't keep his pictures. You don't tell stories. You act like he never existed, you hear? And suddenly, everything makes perfect sense. Why CJ says what he says. Why the neighborhood remembers his dad. Why the house is completely wiped clean of him. Why nobody mourns him. Easier to say I never knew him than to ask questions. Like what? Like for instance, like becoming a cop. Because check this out.
Carl! Damn! Where are you off to? Shit! Where you running off to, Carl? I thought we were friends.
This is gonna blow you away, but a mind-boggling fan theory actually suggests that Officer Tenpenny might be CJ's behind-the-scenes father, and the evidence has been bubbling up for years to back that up. So first of all, they both seem to be in just the right age brackets to be dad and son, with CJ being 24 and Tenpenny undeniably in his mid-40s.
Welcome home, Carl. Glad to be back.
And what's up with Tenpenny constantly calling CJ things you would only call your son?
Come on over here, son.
You got a bag over your head, boy.
You piece of shit. Get up, bitch. Motherfucking piece of shit gang-banging cocksucker.
Clearly, he enjoys bossing CJ around like a tyrannical father, but he also seems to have a soft spot for him. Like when, for instance, he stops Pulaski from gunning CJ down multiple times.
Let me air this fucker out.
No, officer. For once, let's let the kid do something good with his useless life.
He seems to be obsessed with controlling CJ's life.
We own you. You're ours. We can shit on you from such a height, you'll think God himself is crapped on.
And the way he speaks about Carl's other siblings, Sweet and Kendl, is indicative that he dislikes them to say the least. But for some reason, he seems to go out of his way to keep Carl alive and on the loose, as if he was his illegitimate son.
Your moron brother's alive, your street trash soon-to-be turned-out sister's alive, and she's only sucking one greaseball's dick. So behave, nigga.
And let's bring up CJ's mother's death for a split second. Personally, I think it's got suspicious written all over it in red ink. Like, why did the Ballas even whack her? To what, to weaken Grove Street? She was no gang member or like a Grove Street OG. I mean, they were right there. They might as well have whacked Sweet if they were going to, weaken the Grove Street. The Ballas had no clear reason to target Beverly, but Tenpenny. Well, Tenpenny had the motive and the gang connections to silence her if she knew the truth. When all these clues are combined, this theory becomes surprisingly believable, because Tenpenny might have been trying to erase his past while controlling the son he secretly fathered.
Ding, 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 ding! Good answer, Carl!
And there it is. Now it makes a lot more sense, right? Yeah. Hold on. If Old Reece likes to bring up CJ's dad, that means he would know that he had become not only a cop, but Officer Tenpenny himself, right? And surely he would have told CJ, right?
See you around, officer.
Oh god damn it, this fucking game makes no fucking sense.